1941 to 44, when Finland allied with Nazi Germany to fight against the Soviets. The third occasion was the spring of 1948, when Stalin pondered whether or not Finland should be made a people's democracy. Each of these three episodes ultimately concluded with Stalin settling for far less than he had originally intended to get. This book will examine what caused him to back down each time. Despite the welcome rise of diverse research approaches to military history, the relevance of the field's traditional core area, power politics and international relations, remains undimmed. High politics is not reducible to the social, and it would be a mistake to be blinded by the immorality of the actors or the unpleasantness of their deeds. The historian needs to be guided by reason and to strive for analysis. A successful revolution can be a tragedy, but tragedies can still be grand geopolitical projects. Finland. Background. A non-Finnish listener might need an overview of developments before and between the short periods examined in this book. For 600 years, beginning sometime in the 13th century, Finland was the eastern part of the Kingdom of Sweden. Fundamental Western institutions took hold in the region, such as the Roman Catholic and later Lutheran Church. In 1808-09, however, Sweden lost a war with Imperial Russia and was forced to give up its eastern provinces. Finland became a Grand Duchy of the Roman Empire from 1809 to 1917. It was a separate state where Swedish laws still applied and had an administration and later also a currency of its own. During the first decades, Swedish remained the official language until 1863, when Finnish was also granted official status. Russian never became an official language, despite the empire's Russification efforts from the 1890s on. Finland established a unicameral parliamentary system in 1906, and the next year held its first democratic elections in which both men and women had the right to vote and to get elected. It was the first country in Europe to introduce female suffrage. Amidst the collapse of the Russian Empire, Finland declared independence on 6 December 1917. 3 weeks later, this was recognized by the new Bolshevik government in Petrograd. However, escalating tensions between Reds and Whites culminated in the Finnish Civil War from January to May 1918. With the help of Germany, the White Army emerged victorious, and most leaders and many supporters of the defeated Reds sought refuge in Soviet Russia. The collapse of Germany in November 1918 helped create the conditions for a democracy, and in the elections of 1919, the Social Democrats again became the biggest party. The Communist Party, founded in Moscow by Finnish Reds, remained illegal in Finland until 1944. Official relations between Finland and Bolshevik Russia remained cool. In 1930, Finland avoided becoming a right-wing authoritarian dictatorship, which was the typical outcome for the new states that had sprung up between Germany and Soviet Russia after the First World War. The kidnapping of the first president of the Republic, as well as a failed coup attempt, resulted in a loss of prestige and political support for the far-right Lapua movement. From 1937, the country was ruled by a center-left government consisting of Social Democrats and agrarians. This government enjoyed the support of 75% of the electorate. At the same time, Finnish Red refugee communities were destroyed in the Stalinist terror. These developments created the basic conditions for political actors during the first stage of the Second World War. For Finland, the most decisive issue was the secret division of spheres of interest in the Non-Aggression Pact between Germany and the Soviet Union in August 1939. Finland was given to the Soviet sphere. This period is analyzed in detail in the first part of my book, which focuses on the Winter War. After the Winter War, Finland's position was precarious. Germany's occupation of Denmark and Norway, and then the defeat of France, put paid to any hope of help from the West, which had seemed a real option during the Winter War.